Hello YouTube. Now I'm going to kick off this 2026 video. This video will not be uploaded until 2026. Okay, so this is a very important video, a very long, logistics video. So let's just start off, with a claim. Okay, not just a claim. I fact on paper. Lately, when it comes to Eric's nobody's fucking bitches, out wrestling, rapid rates like you, nobody's having whooping the Lord's massive qualities about nobody's really getting the that's the biggest fucking lie in history. Because the main point really is that I'm not an idiot beastie boy who has tons of women that he wakes up with who thought about what his family told him, okay? That's literally, that's one of them. Literally, my story is very generic. The way I come at this, shit. Also when it comes to family, is very generic. There's so many people who have done what I've done before, so let's get that out the way. It's an urban myth and rumor, and it's true. It is fucking true. What they are calling out is the fucking quality. Okay, they're calling out lately that I had a head on my shoulders lately, and the reason why this this thing is so hard to progress, and why this Mesavante is so hard to finish is because when I have people like Erica, when I have literally people that make me feel good for who I really am, literally, and I have a catch 32, literally that means I'm not gonna have a high school prom afterwards, literally, which is why Adrian got fucked, which is why Anthony got fucked, which is why everybody got fucked, and everybody didn't pay attention to my high Asperger's on the autistic spectrum. Okay, so let's just put plain out there. This video is everything that I'm gonna tell you combined. Okay, so let's start off with literally the Civil War, literally, and my mom, Lynette Beecham. Okay, so who's my mom? You just think my mom we know was just my mom, this, and that. Let me tell you, she made me. She made me of all people, literally. So I'm gonna tell you, literally, when I decided to go to the hood, when I decided to do this and that, I let go of not only my gangster but my will, to tolerate problems the same way. And guess what happens? Guess what really happened? I got no control of the situation because guess who I was? Literally, I was a guy. Literally, what the rocker, Brett Michaels, girls came over, the one with purple hair. Literally, I had her have verses about my boy, Eric Fabella from high school. And guess what ended up happening? Literally, she thought she was gonna lose because the people in my generation hit hella hard. Literally, literally the one Duck episode, Billy and Batty, that one fucking Brace Face episode. Literally, she thought she was gonna die. Literally, so guess what I did? I gave her a Yu-Gi-Oh episode. I'm like, what the fuck, literally? And I made her wear on purpose. Literally, that was a part of my career. I was in Jafar. I was the reverse psychology master. And I got where straightforward when I wanted. And same thing happened literally when there was a black girl in Yu-Gi-Oh! Literally, I don't want her to lose. I don't want her to lose. I was that person, literally. And after Jesse won the versus, I was like, what the fuck you think? Literally, I was that nigga, and guess what ended up happening? Literally, fucking over time. Literally, Uncle Tommy called out something simple, so let's get to my mom. Okay, so who was the net? It's not this yellow, it's not just the net, it's not this and that. She was the original clean person girl, much like my auntie, literally, why she was, perfectly clean as a person, literally, she was the first person to do this and that, because what she is, when she holds on to college, but she's the height, you know why? Because grandma reinforced something because she was a girl. I'm forcing you to take tats, I'm forcing you to do this and that, and that's the catch-22 within girls in society. We call them out like, oh, this is so for the perfect, this fucking promiscuous, the society provides shit for them, in order to make things surprising, really, or us, man, we'll get sick of it, we'll get sick of dealing with that shit, but it's true, and guess what, I watched that. Literally, I have a daughter, on my own. You want somebody to get her pants? Get the fuck out. Literally, get the fuck, supremely out. I see her plenty of times. That's why I'm more a person. That's why I know I'm media. Oh, if I advertise something, this is that, it's gonna be more than something that's like surreal. That's how life works. I'm like, okay, literally, and I became a devil. I said, tuck titty. I worked to both the devil and God. Literally, then they said choose one. I'm like, well, you manipulate the guy saying that he's Hispanic on paper. So those 2 years that I was Timothy Delgado are really not, I'm not to everything, because when I started going Vivi, I started, losing faith in people, because when I became, one of the bigger mirages, literally, where it came, to Android 17 and Vivi, literally, is when I was on my last leg, as a gang member, because literally, then I had to rely on everything that had to do with that, because when you're adjacent, right, the whole point of you being fucking adjacent is that you have bits and pieces that can be on TV, literally, but you're threatened by graphic design to be more professional, okay? So let's get to, my mom. Literally, she was the one with color. She was the one, literally, who spoke long and elaborately, but aimed with 4. But as soon as you call out 4, boom, she goes 9. This, that. She fits society. She was a banker. Literally, she was an accountant. Literally, she was everything. She was one of those random anime moms in the street. Literally, she was like, I'm sorry, no thank you. This, and that. Literally, she was that person. Literally, everybody, compete with our mom. Literally, including Akira Toriyama. Literally, she could, of course, have not gone to Dragon Ball on a date with, her creator DBZ, but she was on the same level, okay? So this is literally, because she was on Stanley P, because the difference between her and an actually, pretty girl that's straightforward pretty, like, Andre's mother, is that, they think about, the world, not their beauty. Literally, when my mom does, she does something unpredictable, since her face is alright, she was the last, beautiful, clean person. See, it's bad being of this world, this is the last ever. You understand, Lily? This is the artifact, okay? So, one thing happened to you, specifically, especially, where it came to my boy Dre, I'm not, gonna speak, on what this happened, but I'm gonna tell you, fluidly, let me tell you what I learned about the system, literally. What a gangster, what I'm tired of a gangster doing, literally, is I'm tired of them holding on to their imaginary world. Literally, I can get away with this, and that. Literally, if I say one piece of Samurai Jack, what you gotta do is you gotta hide behind something hard, like me, your group homie, not gonna learn from your mistake. You gotta keep on literally holding on to, your fucking friendship like this is your celebrity, not hold on to reality. You know, continue to do that shit, and you're never ever gonna break down like me, literally, when I face, Trozilla. You're never gonna do that. You're never literally gonna let go of your popularity in order to get something real, which is why everything you do is fucking fabricated, okay? Literally, and you know how this government works. If you don't deal with it now, you deal with it later. Literally, if a nerd ignores the social position, if a nerd ignores this and that, literally, that this video is gonna be 20 minutes long at least. Literally, so let me tell you, literally, what I know through and through about society, okay? Literally, so let me tell you what happened. Literally, because it couldn't fool you, because they knew how, this all shit with the letter E ends at the end. Guess what ends up happening, right? So there's something covered in Morse code for the, majority of my videos, okay? What happens? What literally happens, okay? Literally, is that I got, specifically me, only because, you couldn't fool me, I got debt, okay? Why? Because you couldn't enforce something, that was long experience, because I viewed things as a delicacy, and I viewed things as just, literally. And that's what happened, like, oh, you can make me a celebrity, oh, you can do this and that, so guess what happened, literally, when I became a celebrity? When I became a celebrity, gangsters hated it, because I was in a straightforward position. Now they can't have behind a digimon, now they can't, have an ugly girl, set a big example anymore. Now everything is what it is, literally, but only after I did something, after I adapted to reverse psychology. Literally, you see, this is a long journey, literally, that explains a lot of shit, and because, I spent like Dr. Dre's while I was up to the stream, and I was up to everything, literally, I'm like, I don't like it, Jason, I don't like this thing, and so that is exactly, so let me tell you, literally, the world is below autism. Literally, you know why? Because America partially runs out full disability, even though it's shown to have more work, and it's one thing that I was saying, but for uploads, what I should have made for the last video, is that me having a job helps my uploads. One of the main examples is Michael Jackson's Screams, a Pokemon theme song. Literally, on my channel, literally, which is the most, if you take the filter off, that's the most viewed on my channel right now. That came from my job at John's Incredible Pizza. You see, that's what you don't get. Literally, a fucking job gives you way more than SSI. A job gives you this and that. Literally, it shits on you. Literally, so let's get to the girls. Let's get to the girls' inflammation. Literally, what was their problem? Their problem was literally they held onto that, false game to reality shit that I said earlier. They didn't want to break down. They didn't want to get to reality. Literally, they want to tell, this is the time. Literally, this is me for a long time. You need to stop holding on to, Jersey Sir, sense of propaganda, because this is your life. Literally, so if you're fucking listening, if you fucking find James in the street, literally, let him know he's in the second round, literally, that you have to fight for your life. You have to play up society, you don't emphasis, you have to recognize real money. Literally, what is real money? Or at least over, $11,000. Literally, the price of a good car is real money. Literally, we fool you with convalescence, okay? So let me tell you, you know why, America, partially runs off autism? Because autism is everything at once. Literally, and the rule of, escaping, things like autism is more proportion. So where you get that from, I'm gonna let you know. Your mom and dad, they don't get to sleep. They're not born to shit. But they go through their insane sound. What their insane sound does is it gives you so many fucking proportions that you're not gonna make the same mistake again. That's why they can raise the child. That's why they can tell you this, and that. The best things come from their insane sound. And big things literally come from people who lie. Literally, I'm an adult. Literally, I've told you literally over and over again. I have parent recognition. I did this and that. Literally, I'm a long, elaborate person. I don't want to stand for. Literally, and the only reason why I don't have big things is because people lie. And that's it. Literally, this is a full-on fucking video. Literally, so let me tell you literally what happens, okay? Well, I know literally, and we know what people try so hard to hold on to Jersey sort of sweet talks. Guess what happens? Literally, I'm gonna tell you, the truth, behind, because what we're in right now, literally, what I'm doing, with Uncle Tommy, he's still winning, even though my organic world is overthrown. Literally, we're in the middle of a Spanish war. We're in the middle of a Spanish war, okay? Literally. And that's the problem with a gangster. He wants to take that opportunity instead of everything I said. But what everything I said is education. So what does a gangster do? A gangster is the exact opposite of autism, literally. Literally, he puts himself in situations, literally, that do involve over time. He has a quick snapback, literally. What the difference between, a gangster and autism is when you catch him, probably try to call him out. Literally, I bit the Batmobile, I'm doing this and that. Literally, I just threw a fucking banana like Mario Kart. Literally, that's what I do. I'm a spontaneous creature. But guess what happens? Because we are all adjacent, literally, that's why your ass gets tons of debt. That's why your ass gets in trouble. And that's why you don't realize that you're doing wrong. Literally, that's what makes a gangster equivalent to autism over time. So when you finally try to look at things good, like, me, literally, you die. And that's fucking simple. It's that fucking simple. Literally, they don't get that. Literally, so let's tell you, when I told you to ollie over a ramp, when I told you to do things step by step, instead of everything at once, that's how we humans evolve. And when you keep holding on to your game, when you stop, literally, being rational, you stop doing this and that, that's your shit that creates wars, motherfucker. So literally, what happens, literally, if other thing that evolves, you stop humans by evolving by saying one thing like George Washington to create wars, that is the formula of domestic violence, motherfucker. That's it. I'm telling you. That is literally your fucking Hitler when you do that shit. I'm telling you. Literally, there's no fucking, literally, he probably has the same haircut as pubes, but literally, this is true. This is completely fucking true, literally. And the reason why I make this video is because you don't understand that this is what, I'm doing, the majority of 2026, literally, one of the biggest, I've had real lessons, literally, when you let go of something, God gives you it again. I let go over and over again, but in the hood, literally, where you get trauma all the time, literally, why sacrifice wasn't being, gained back. And the same reason why, literally, the wars below autism is why every time I do something multi-dimensional, it doesn't work. Let me tell you, Lily, that is wrong. And that's where you got the misconception. You see, gangsters really go so hard to compare, a little kid to a grown man, that they forget that a grown man hits harder, that he is harder, that he can fucking think better. You don't understand that. Literally, what ends up happening is we get grain, we get old, Lily, this and that, and I'm trying to tell you, it's not cool. It's not good at all. Literally, I've had bad stream of validation, actually, when I look back on it, and guess what? Literally, what happened? I caught Big Five in the amendment, literally. So that's literally what happened, literally. Instead of literally where a fat person runs, because I had a gym membership, literally, he automatically gets the job of Big Five, but if somebody took the post of them, I thought about Lisa, I thought about everything, literally, they treated everything to stop me from, the Big Five job. Literally, so guess what ended up happening? Literally, that's my life, when I get high. Literally, fucking, oh, literally, Indians don't fucking, in the fucking amendment, this and that. Literally, you caught Big Five in the amendment. Literally, and then India comes over. That's my fucking life every single day. You see, I do a lot of shit. I do a lot of big fucking shit. Literally, and that is, fucking why. Literally, I don't fall for that shit. Literally, oh, it's better when you're high, this and that, because I know weed is meant to heal. I don't abuse weed. And, the reason why autistic kid beats the bird is because weed is a bug thing. It is a drug. So let me get to literally fucking reading, literally, because when you read, your mind expands, literally. I've done this over and over again, literally, and I'm like, what do you want in high school? You want a dub, wait for $20, or do you want a book? Because a good book costs $20, literally, and I obviously did a little thing, literally, that's a little crazy, whatnot, with the yes, down the street, so I'm not gonna go in there, literally, what do you want? Literally, a dub for knowledge in your mind, or a dub to explore your mind, okay? And guess what? Just like having sex, reading is powerful. If you read too fucking much, literally, you turn fucking retarded, and you have to literally go out in order to fucking read again. It's out there. Literally, I'm telling you. It's the most fucking detrimental shit of all time. Literally, you have to recognize this shit. There's so much shit that was, take out this video. I think I got, the main ports out. But, this video is going to be at least, 20 minutes long. But, let's just, be real before, I end this, segment. Literally, what is Bakugan Battle Brawlers approved to be? Because I know what Bakugan was in Japan. I know, literally, people did so many points that literally fucking, and the girl's like, I'm going to screw you so bad, you're not going to enjoy your Bakugan episode. And dead girls, literally, Bruno isn't just this, Bruno is just that. Bruno is everything. Imagination, but still, literally, the reason why literally we had that crazy ass battle where Masquerade versus Dan, do you hear me, Dan? Literally is why it's one of the best animes of all time. It may not be Yu-Gi-Oh!, it may not be Pokemon. Literally, this is real detrimental shit. Literally, the whole time I was trying to tell girls in the company, they held onto their property shit while I told them to fucking let go. Literally, yeah, I was the only one who used the whole black room and run line. Guess what? The whole company got in trouble. Literally, I didn't trust this. I didn't trust that. And I'm telling you, like, you're crusty your fucking clouds if you get coming any closer. Literally. Hey, that's funny. That's really funny. Literally, but it's true. It's absolutely true. You holding me up my old while I was about to drink the street was absolutely blasphemy because I put responsibility. Guess what? Literally, you called out the sweet torture. I called out what was big. Literally, that was something fucking aspect of this video. Almost, Spanish-Vietnam War, literally, that we're in, fucking, we have, mixed ideals, nobody wants to be straight, literally, in order to society to function, you have to recognize that, literally, fucking, a college degree, literally, was the definitive of the old world, literally, where it came to being a winner or a loser. You have a college degree, and no such thing as this, it comes of Brianna's generation, because you're so promiscuous to the point, literally, with fucking college of me shit, I can get a full fucking degree and take out the day, you still won't give me some pussy, literally, we're in reality. So let me tell you what's the difference between, Brianna, Lily, and the smartphone generation, the woman back in the day. That's why women fought for freedom back in the day. So you went at, fucking promiscuous like people today. People are like, oh, you get this shit out your ass. Oh, people, this and that. This is actual fucking facts on paper. Literally. That's what I'm fucking tell you. That's why I come to the conclusion that somebody else did what I did before, motherfucker. That's why you're so fucking insane. Okay? Ooh. Or did not want to know that one, literally. And so I can make jokes like that all the time, literally. Like, one of the biggest things I was in my life, really, like Martin Luther King, like a great motivational speaker, I understand ability, but I have game. I'm like, nigga, fuck you, I'm gonna leave you on the street. This and that. I'm like, where you gonna get me first? I'm a dictator because somebody caught me greed. Literally, so I know how to be an inspirational person. Literally, I know you gotta get over it. So what I do is, I act on a human physically, like, you're trying to get over on me? Boom. Literally, like I'm not literally. I'm a very, a hands-on, but also, aristocrat. You know why? Because I know the main difference, that went viral early this year is, that difference between eloquent and lazy. And to actually be eloquent, you actually have to be your uncle. Literally, you have to learn more about it. Literally, you can't just, view it in one line. Literally, because when you copy eloquence, is monkey see is what monkey do. But anyway, that is, a short summary. Hopefully, my channels can get back together. And literally, so now, without further ado, this is one of the kick-ass videos of 2021. This is Young Mootrix, Fabulous Ariel, Gabaya, literally, the one who got promises on Naruto, literally, that figured out, that already had the mentality that Shot Show with the voice actor Goku wasn't all that, literally, but still Dragon Ball Z lives on, which isn't fucking blasphemy. That's what happens when you grow up, and it pains me to say it, but that's why nothing, fucking worked out, because they want to do their own thing. They want to, live, a childless lifestyle when I want to improve, and when you're the only one who wants to improve, gangsters can't get their shit together when they're 6 years old, this and that. So, just hold on, hopefully, things will be put themselves together. But that's the majority of what I want to say in the video. I'm glad that you want, listen and watch.